And we are live from Bob Eastman Ball Field here at Gallia Academy. And it looks like the first pitch is coming out. Pop fly foul off to the right. Away team dugout right over it. So the count should be 0-1. Looks like it might be another day where the scoreboard's not updated. Second pitch is out and he gets a hold of that one. It's dropped in the outfield. He's progressing to second base now. Throws in. He's not going to progress anymore. That is Mason McKay with the double on Rock Hill. I'm still working on getting my numbers down for everybody, but I am pretty close, honestly. And the first pitch on second batter is second pitch, actually. It's count is 1-1, one ball, strike there. That one comes out. Looks a little high. It's ball two. Yep. So batting for Rock Hill would be Maddox Farrell. Maddox Farrell. And the count is 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. He gets a hold of that one. Pop fly into the outfield where it's caught. He tags up. He's going to third. The throw's a little air out. He's going to be safe for Rock Hill. Mason McKay is at third base. So they'll trade the out for the advancement to third base. And the next batter is coming up. I believe that is Anthony Tobias. And it's down right in the second base. Mason McKay will score for Rock Hill. And looks like Anthony Tobias is going to be out at first. So, score in the top of the first, Rock Hill is 1-0. And next batter for Rock Hill is up. So, with 2 outs in the top of the first, Gallia's pitcher, Logan Drummond, with the count at 1-1. Next pitch is coming out. Rocking the ponytail. Another ball there. Counts 2-1. With 2 outs in the top of the first. And the third ball comes out. So 3-1 with 2 outs. And Logan's going to let this one fly too. And that is ball four. So advancing for Rock Hill to first. And the next batter will come out. Gets a hold of that, and shortstop stops it and gets the third out at second. So we're going to go to the bottom of the first here at Bob Eastman Field. A little chilly out today. Cloud is definitely not as dark as it was a little bit ago. We were a little worried about rain out here, but I think we're going to be all right. And so we're going to change up here, and Rock Hill's pitcher's going to come out. I believe that'll be Anthony Tobias. He's going to warm up. Gallia Academy's coach is going over the game plan. I'd like to see him maybe bring a run in this bottom of the first inning and try to keep it tight. Warming up for Gallia Academy would be Tyler Young at the top of the rotation. Looks like he's ready, and he's going to step up to the box. Lefty is Tyler Young. Always good to see a lefty. You don't see many of them. Most people bat right-handed from what I gather. And we're ready for the first pitch coming from Rock Hills Tobias. He gets a hold of it, but it looks to be foul. So the count will be 0-1 in the top of the first. Excuse me, the bottom of the first. Score is 1-0. Rock Hill's up. They did trade it out for a good play to third, and they cashed in on it because the runner got home on the next hit. So every now and then it is worth getting that out just to possibly get that score and go ahead. They're looking at something over here on the field. I'm not exactly sure what. Maybe a dangerous spot in the dirt. I can't really tell from here. But maybe one of them lost something. It definitely gives them time to think about some stuff. I don't think anybody really knows what they're looking for. I can hear some of the Gallia players asking right now, and I'm asking the same thing, to be completely honest. I mean, both teams are on home plate right now looking for something. I'm imagining it's something gear related for the catcher, from what I gather. Oh, and he found it. And we're going to resume play. Everybody's going to go back to their places, and we will have the second pitch in just 1 second. Looks like Tobias is going to wind up and get ready here. Pitches out. It's called ball. So the count will be 1-1. I believe it was a little high and a little left of the plate. Well, a little right from the pitcher's view. Third pitch out. And that's a strike. That's strike 2. Counts 1-2 here on the first batter for Gallia on the rotation. Mr. Tyler Young. That one's high. He thought about it. He wanted to clock that one, but probably better off he didn't. And that'll even the count at 2-2. Comes the pitch. Fouled out. Come right towards us, and it's going to roll right on by me. If I wasn't connected to cords, I might have snagged it for him. But it's all right. The coach is on it. We'll keep the count at 2-2 with that foul. And the pitch is out. That's high. That's going to be a loaded count. Looks like 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I wonder if he's going to put this outside or if he's going to drop it right down the middle. That's ball 4, and that's going to be a walk for Tyler. He's going to take first base here. And looks like your next batter up for Gallia Academy is going to be Beckett Camden. I want a rock. They were playing rap earlier, but I'll take the rock if they're going to give it to me. Rock connoisseur. All right, Beckett Camden up. And we got Tyler Young on first. Leading off, and it's fouled high. I can't see where it's going, but the catcher might be able to get that. No, it drops. And that's going to be a strike. It's going to count as a strike. So foul ball. Camden getting ready. He's stepping into the box now. He said, "Bring it right down the plate for me, buddy." And we'll see if Tobias actually listens to him. He gave him a decent one. It's hit out right field. They can't get to it, so we got a runner on first. And it looks like Tyler Young's gonna be safe on second. The ball just barely not on time to get him out. A little behind him. Calling for the ball. And the next batter out for Gallia Academy will be Logan Drummond, which is actually the pitcher. He's got some cool shades. I'll give him that. I like those. I think that would really help with dust. You know, kicking up a little dust. Got the shades to block it. Pitch is out. I think looked like a good pitch, but I couldn't tell from here. They haven't changed it on the board yet, but I want to say it was a strike. That's a ball. They're having problems on the board, but it should be either 2-1 or 1-2. I'll have to see. I believe it's 2-1. They just put 2 balls on there. So, yes, the count is 2-1. Runner on first and second. And that's high and outside a little. So that's ball 3. Count 3-1. They really got to put this one down the plate, and you got to think that Mr. Drummond over here, you got to think that he's going to be aggressive. And that's strike 2. You got to swing on that one. I mean, you get the strike anyway. You might as well have swung on it, and if you got contact with it, you got runners on first and second. But you can't win them all. He fouls that one off, so the count's going to stay loaded at 3-2. Um, so so Tobias with the pitch, and he gets tip on that one as well. Goes over the net. Crowd better watch out back there. He keeps the count fully loaded. He's got another chance. He's staying in there. You'd like to see the batter stay in there with, I mean, when the count's loaded, as long as you can get a piece of it and they don't catch it, you're fine. You're staying in there. He's still alive. Got a chance to advance this. That's a low pitch, and that's a walk. Bases are loaded now. No outs in the bottom of the first for Gallia Academy. And pitcher Logan Drummond does get the walk and is on first. Tyler Young out here on third, talking to the coach right now. He's ready to get this run in so they can tie it up. And Maddox Delaney is up on the plate. He's in the box. He's going to tap that plate and say, "Bring it, big boy. I'm ready for the pitch." Tobias winds up, pitches out. Looked high to me. Yep, it's a ball. That's count 1-0. Base is loaded. That's high. That's ball, too. Lucky the catcher got a mid on that because that goes back behind him. You might have a score there because I would guess Tyler Young's ready to get this running and tie it up. But nonetheless, Delaney's up. He swings on that, and that's strike one. So we got count 2-1, bases loaded. Plenty of opportunity to catch a good piece of this. If I was Tobias, I'd probably throw. I mean, I'd at least throw a couple balls and yeah, or try to get him to swing on a curve, which just happened. So that's going to be 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, no outs. Bottom of the first. Pitches out, and that's strike three. There's out one. Base is still going to be loaded though, as Brady Conley comes out to the plate. You know, he looks like he could maybe get a hold of a ball. He is stout in the shoulders. He gets a hold of this. I mean, they at least tie it up. You- You'd love to see him get a home run here, though. He does get a tip on that. That's going to be strike one. So 0-1 for Maddox, or excuse me, Brady Conley. And Brady Conley doesn't swing on that, so he does get the ball. Count will be 2-2. One out. Bases loaded. Tobias throws it. Oh, he gets a hold of it. Looks foul to me, and it is. It's gonna go over third or over first base and out foul. So count will stay right there at 2-2. Kids are gonna chase that foul ball all day. You know, I would too. They got it. And so Conley ready for the pitch. It's out. It's low. Ball three. So we got a loaded count here with bases loaded once again for the second batter in a row. I mean, if you're Brady, you got to get a hold of this. That's fine. The foul is fine here. You keep the count right here at 3-2. Really want to make. I mean, if you can hit a grounder between past shortstop, at least out to outfield, give first base side, give that third baseman a chance, Tyler Young, to get in to home. And that's strike three. So that'll be 2 outs. Tobias really loading these pitches to the full count before he's getting them out, but he's doing a good job. He's wearing them down the old-fashioned way, you know. And up to bat, we have Logan Kinney. I'd be nervous as the pitcher. Logan Kinney looks like he could get a hold of one too. And he thinks about that one, but that's strike one and then ball one right after that. First one was strike, second one's a ball. So our count is 1-1 with 2 outs, bases fully loaded in the bottom of the first. He does foul that off down the first base line, and that'll be strike two. So the count's going to be 1-2. If I had to guess, I'd say Tobias throws a couple balls here, loads that count up, and then tries to take them down. You know, you got to play the mind games. Tobias is thinking about it right now. He's going to wind up, and the pitch is out. Didn't swing at it, and that's good because that's ball two. So 2-2 your count with 2 outs, bases loaded. I mean, we really got to find a way here to get a hit. And I mean, a hit down first base somewhere. That's close to him, and that yellow. Just like I said, he's going to load that count up. Counts 3-2 now, and the bases are loaded. We've seen this before. We've seen this every batter since the bases got loaded. But I imagine here comes a pitch right fast down the middle. He swings on it, and he's out. So that will be the end of the bottom of the first, and your score is 1-0. Rock Hill is leading, and we will be back in just 1 minute.
Looking for your next vehicle? Come to Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Gallia, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Gallia, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Gallia for you.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Galpolis.
And we're back. As soon as I come back, a ball hits the fence and scared me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. The fence right beside me. But guy is going to get warmed up here for the top of the second as Rock Hill awaits them warming up. And so your pitcher, Logan Drummond, is letting some pitches rip. He's going to get warmed up for this next inning. Got the outfielders throwing balls to each other out here. And we are getting ready to start it up. Unfortunately, I don't have all the names for Rock Hill. I did find what I could find online, which was not everybody, I do not believe. So we have what we have to work with here. I do apologize for that, but nonetheless, Logan Drummond's ready and winds up first pitched out. And he gets a hold of that, but it is to the outfield and it is caught out. Fly ball out. So first out there for Rock Hill. Good hit, good contact, but you know, he hits it right to center field. Right to the center fielder. So next batter's up, and that'll be Nick Wojcik. I probably butchered that a little bit, but that's all right. And the first pitch is a strike. Strike one. So the count is 1-1 now. That one was a ball. 1-1 with one out as Logan Drummond releases that one, and that is hit high to third base. Going to be fielded by third base by Maddox Delaney, and that's out number 2. So, um, third batter for Rock Hill is coming up to the box. He's going to take a couple swings here, and I believe that is Tim Wynn on plate next. And Logan Drummond ready for the first pitch. And that's strike one. Couldn't tell, but it looked on the inside of the plate. It was close. I know it was close. Thought about swinging on that one, did Win, but he did not, and that's ball one. So the count is 1-1 with 2 outs in the top of the second. Score still 1-0. And that pitch is out and low, so that's ball 2. Count's going to be 2-1. And that pitch is out, and it's also a ball. I couldn't tell if it was high. And Wynn gets a hold of that one. That's also going outfield, but it looks like it drops between everybody, and he's going to advance to first, and he'll call it a day there and be just safe there. So, good hit for Tim Wynn. Very great hit. Dropped it right in over your shortstop and between that and the outfield. So, does get to first. Had some hang on it, but they were not able to field it. So up next will be Landon Hall for Rock Hill. Looks ready for the pitch. Pitch is out. He gets a hold of that, but third base gets it. Looks like he might throw it out to first, and it is out. So that'll be 3 outs. Looks like we're going to the bottom of the second with the score still being Rock Hill 1, Gallia Academy 0. And they're going to try to right that wrong from the first inning here. And I do think it's possible that outfield had problem out there on that one with a hole because I did hear one of the players say, we got to fill that hole in out there. He might have fell in a hole when he was going to field that ball. I did feel like it hung for a long time, so that would make sense as to why he didn't get there, you know. I didn't see it very clearly, but that would make sense. And so Rock Hill's going to warm up. We are having technical issues with the camera. I do apologize for that, but we are trying to figure it out right now. We're doing our best. And I'm just going to keep calling it cuz Rock Hill is warming up at the moment. These IP cameras for sure can be a pain in the butt sometimes. Really sweet cameras, but they're powered off Ethernet, so I mean, I won't get into the technical details. It's possible. There's enough Ethernet cords run in our equipment that it's possible one came out or something. I'm not sure. We will get it fixed though. So Rock Hill is going to crowd the mound and slap hands a little bit, slap gloves, and get ready for this throw. And for Gallia Academy to come out first will be Matthew Foster, number 34, ready to hit. And Tobias ready for the first pitch of the bottom of the second. First pitch is out and it's low and it's a ball. So that's ball one. Counts 1-0. Second pitch is out. That's low as well. Ball two. And Tobias throws that one right down the middle. That's strike one. Counts 2-1. Tobias winds up. That pitch out. He fouls it off backwards. So that's strike two. The count going to be 2-2. And Matthew Foster gets a hold of that, but it's going to go right over to first base, and he's going to tag it up. That's out number one in the bottom of the second. So next up's Nathan Shockey, I do believe. He's still going to give a hand slap over to Matthew Foster there. It was a good try. Nathan Shockey's ready for the pitch, and Tobias is going to wind it up, and the pitch is out. Low and outside, that's ball one. 1-0 on the count with one out here in the bottom of the second. Couldn't tell if he swung on that, but it looked like they might have said he did, and that's strike one. So the count's 1-1. Tobias staring it down, winding it up, and the pitch is out. That's going to be a ball, or strike two. Must have been right on the outside of the plate. Looked a little wide to me, but my angle is not the greatest. Definitely has the best angle. So, with that pitch out, that makes the count 2-2, as that's ball two. 2-2, one out, bottom of the second. So we have a fully loaded count, 3-2. That was ball three. Tobias winds up. He gets a hold of that, but it looked like he hit him right in the shin, unfortunately. He's going to need a second on that one. You know how that feels when you hit your shin. Or maybe I'm wrong. It might have hit him somewhere in the nethers. He's not having a good time, though, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, he's going to need a minute. I would probably need about 5 on that one. I thought it hit him in the shin. But boy, was I wrong. He don't need a minute. They're talking about it. He's trying to get right. It's understandable. Rock Hill's going to gather up and talk about it on their from their bases to their pitcher and their catcher. See what's up. Gives them extra time to make a little game plan here with the count loaded 3-2. They do only have one out, so nobody's on base. But it does look like Nathan Shockey's okay, which we're happy for that. That's a tough one. I've been there. But, he fouled that off and you hit him, if you don't want to get hit there. But he's ready. He's ready for it. And Tobias is going to stare it down and wind up. Pitch is out. And he fouls that out into the crowd. They better look out. Nathan Shockey's ready for it. Counts fully loaded 3-2. Pitches out. He gets a hold of it, but it's going to be a pop high, and I can't see you making an error on that one. And Rock Hill does not let that slip out of their grasp. As Nick Wojcik makes the catch for Rock Hill there. I'm butchering that name, I know. But nonetheless, I do apologize to him for that, but never seen that name. All right, and for Gallia Academy, we have Jackson Myers up to bat. I don't think we've seen Jackson yet, but he is ready for it. And the first pitch is down the middle and strike one. Tobias staring it down, looking confident. Winds up, lets it rip. Looked a little low to me. I believe that's ball one. See what the ump says. Yep, ball one. So that will make the count 1-1. Apologize if the stream graphics aren't kept up with. They put a strike on the board, but I'm pretty sure the ump said 1-1. So yeah, now it's 1-2. That was strike two. All right. We're caught up. Tobias winds up, lets the pitch rip. Ooh, Jackson Myers fouls that off past first, but he's going to stay in it with the count of 1-2. So, see what happens. I'll try to keep you updated on the count. And if anybody's on base, and that's strike three. So, that'll be out number three. And the score here at Bob Eastman Field will be 1 for Rock Hill and none for Gallia Academy at the moment. And we're going to take a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
We are back, but we're trying to get these cameras to work right, and you're probably not seeing anything on the screen. I do apologize. We are having technical difficulties. If you could just bear with us, we should be back, and we're back. So and the ball crashes to the fence by me right here. As Gallia Academy is getting warmed up. Max Delaney out here throwing it, slinging it around. And Logan Kinney over here getting warmed up as well. Rock Hill's coach is talking about the drainage on the field right now. He does not seem happy over here chatting with Gallia Academy's coach. But nonetheless, Mason McKay is up to bat for Rock Hill here in the top of the third. Still having camera issues, unfortunately. He gets a hold of that one. Pop fly deep left outfield, and that's caught for the first out of the top of the third. So good contact, not a bad hit, but goes pretty close to where the outfielder is standing. I think he might have moved a couple paces. That's what you want if you're pitching. No errors from your outfield. Well, they did have the one error in the first inning, but they've been playing it pretty good on the pop flies here lately. And Logan Drummond lets that one rip for a strike one on Maddox Farrell. And he swings on that one. That's strike two for Maddox Farrell. Logan Drummond stepping back up on the mound, getting ready. Winds it up, lets it go. Outside ball one. Count is 1-2 with one out in the top of the third. Logan Drummond rips that one, and it is pretty gnarly curve to the outside. He gets him to swing, and that is strike three. So out number two for Rock Hill. We're moving along slowly, but here we go. And up for Rock Hill seems to be the pitcher, Tobias. Anthony Tobias. Drummond winds up, lets it go. We get a rip, and they're not going to make it there. So he's going to first. Looks to be Rock Hill's best player, but ball hits him when he throws that to the first baseman, and he gets back to first. They tried to trap him with the back and forth game, but he gets by him and he gets to first, so he is safe on first. Good play by Tobias there. He's fast. He can run. I thought he was going to get to second, but he's lucky he turned around because if he would have tried it, he was definitely out. It was a good rip throw from deep middle field. Can't quite see the number out there, but I'd like to shout him out. That was a great throw. So ball one there. Lets that one rip, and that's high and outside. That's ball two. Still having technical issues here. So Logan Drummond's on the mound, winding up. Pitch is out. Rock Hill gets a hold of that one, but he rips it foul, so that should put the count at 2-2 with the foul ball there. He rips that to outfield again. Outfield's there, though, and oh my, that center outfielder is slaying it. No errors for him. Can't see his number. It does look like number. I want to say that was number 34, Matthew Foster, possibly. Yes, sir. Great catch in the outfield there. And it is Matthew Foster. Beautiful catch in the outfield. And so we will head So I do know the graphics on screen are not right, and they haven't been for a minute, but we're definitely experiencing some technical issues. I'm going to keep trying to call it as I see it. Um, I think we're heading to the top of the fourth, or the bottom of the third, actually. So, yes, the bottom of the third, Rock Hill is warming up. And the score is 1-0. All counts are reset here as we get ready for the bottom of the third. Um, we're back to the top of the rotation at Tyler Young. He's going to step up to the box. He took a couple of practice swings there, and I think he's ready. So, music's playing. Rock Hill's on the mound, wiggling their gloves together. And the lefty, Tyler Young, I believe, is about ready to step into the box and say, "Bring it. Let it rip. I'm ready." And he does. So, Tobias is ready, and he winds up, pitches out. Young fouls it down first base line. So the count's going to be 0-1 for Tyler Young. Pitches out. That's high. And that will be ball one. Counts 1-1. Pitches out. Believe it was outside, and that's ball two. Yes. So the count's 2-1 with no outs. And that pitch looked high too. So yes, counts 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. Score's still 1-0. Rock Hill up. And that's ball four. Looks like Tyler Young's going to advance over to first. You know, they're really kicking themselves now. They wish they would have capitalized when they had bases loaded with one out and got a full count on both batters that were up next. You hate to see that if you're the coach. I mean, that's really a learning moment where you have to go back and look at it and, really think about what pitch is coming next. Maybe try to get a piece of it, make a play for your team. And Tyler Young advances to second, tries to steal, and gets thrown out. So next batter's up. He's got a foot in the box. He's about to step in. Looks like Beckett Camden's ready. Tobias might be ready as well. He's winding up. Pitch is out. And that's strike. I thought it was strike one, but did I miss a pitch there? It says two on the board. Ball one. Let me look at the ump next time just to make sure. Tobias winds up, lets it rip. He's going to foul that one right to the net. That was pretty close to our camera, I'm not going to lie. So, nonetheless, we are at strike two with that foul. So, Tobias ready for the pitch. Going to let it rip. Uh, it hit him. I believe it hit him. So, Beckett will take the base. I think it made contact with his elbow. I couldn't really tell, but nonetheless, Beckett Camden going to take first base for him. See if he can get in scoring position here. They really need to do something to bring this game back and get some energy through them all. If they can get a little momentum, It'll really be helpful going into those later innings. Coach is going to have a word with Logan Drummond here by third base. Umps are talking. Not sure if they're talking about that play, if it was foul or if it hit him. I personally thought it hit him when I was seeing it, but my angle's not the best. And so they get together and talk about it, and I believe they're calling it foul, saying it hit the bat, which makes sense, but I just couldn't see it from here. So yeah, they're going to call it foul. So we'll bring it back to 1-2 count, and Beckett Camden will get another chance at it. And so Beckett Camden back up to the plate, getting ready for the pitch from Tobias. It's out. He gets contact on that, but it's going to be tip foul back. He'll stay in it at a count of 1-2 with one out. Did you fix it? Oh, that one's not fixed though. You just want to move it to where it's facing outfield. And so that pitch is low and outside. That's ball two. Your count's going to be 2-2, one out here in the bottom of the third. And he fouls that off towards us. It's going to go behind us into the hill back there. And they're going to track that ball down, as the balls are very expensive. The pitch is out. He gets good contact on that past shortstop, and Beckett Camden's going to take first base. Nice hit there. Didn't look like he hit it as hard as he really could, but he got really good contact on it. And boy, did it go right past shortstop. Love to see it if you're Gallia Academy. And Tobias does throw first, trying to tag it up before Beckett gets back to first. But Beckett is able to tag up and get safe, so he's good. He'll lead off a little bit here as Logan Drummond's up, and he hits a drop ball over there. The pitcher does get it. He throws it, and it's wide. It goes past first. And here comes Beckett Camden to home for the score, and the throw's errant. He gets the score. We're tied up. And guess what? Logan Drummond, he's on second. He's safe. He's in scoring position. What a play. I mean, really, the errors by Rock Hill are what caused the score there, but we have a brief intermission. I'm called time for 1 second, but I don't know why. Nonetheless, Maddox Delaney's coming up to the box. He's going to get ready for the pitch. He's in the box, and he's ready for the pitch, actually. So Tobias is going to stare it down, wind it up, checking that second base. Gets the bunt high. Catcher makes a beautiful catch there. Tries to throw it back second, but it's wide. It's doesn't make it to the target, but beautiful catch on the bunt. You love to see it if you're Rock Hill. And just a really good play. Still having technical issues with our second camera. So I'm just going to call it as I see it. I'll let you know what's going on completely. Tobias winding up, lets it rip, low pitch. That's called strike, but Logan Drummond though, he's ready for that third base run and he makes it there safe. No problems. He's ready. Looks like our camera's good now, so Logan Drummond far lead off there on third, rolling the dice. But Tobias doesn't see it, and he throws the pitch, and it's low and outside, so it's a ball. So ball one, the count's 1-0 with 2 outs. Drummond on third, though, in scoring position. He's not going to lead off as far this time, but he's thinking about, he wants to score. You can tell. He's ready. And up to bat with 2 balls and 0 strikes is Brady Conley. And pitch drops inside, and it is a strike. So the count is 2-1 with 2 outs. We are tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the third. Or the top of the fourth, excuse me. And that strike, he's out. So we will switch sides, and immaculate play there. A couple of good plays on both sides. We have the great catch by the catcher, of course, and then also the bunt hit. I don't really want to call it a bunt, but the weak hit over towards third, in between third and home. And then Rock Hill makes a couple errant throws, and boom, we're tied 1-1. So good plays all around. Looks like Matthew Foster may have gotten the bloody nose there. And so the score is 1-1 here at Bob Eastman Ball Field, and we're going to take a quick break from our sponsors.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.
And we're back here at Bob Eastman Field in the top of the fourth. And Gallia Academy is going to be done with their warm-up here, throwing it around, and we're going to have a little grouping, talk it out, see what we can do. I'm sure they want to get back behind the plate to bat so they can get some offense in. But right now, it's time to play defensive. Maybe get Rock Hill out here if you can. And so he does foul it back. Don't have the roster information for this Rock Hill player. I do apologize. I did look very hard. But he does get a foul there, and the count's going to be 0-1 as Logan Drummond is going to get ready for the next pitch here. It's out, and that is fouled high. Looks like the catcher could make a play on it. He does not, but it is fouled again, and I believe the count will be 0-2 here in the top of the fourth. No outs. He gets a hold of that one and it rolls to the shortstop. He fumbles it though. And we're going to have Rock Hill safe on first. Got to be disappointed in that. I mean, it's a hard snag. The bounces are always hard to read, but if you get a read on that, maybe whip it out to first. That's a tough play, but he probably wants that one back. All right, as Logan's ready for the next pitch, he's going to eye down first base, see what's going on, let it rip. And there's good contact on that. It gets past shortstop for Rock Hill as they're safe on first and advance to second. And the bunt, he brings the bunt out. Catcher can't get to it, but it is fouled. And Nick Watchick is got a 0-1 count here. We got short time intermission for Gallia. It looks like Beckett Camden's having a problem out here. He did dive for that last ball, so hopefully he's all right. Might have skinned himself up. Not 100% sure. Ain't nothing like good grass cut. Hopefully it's nothing tendon or muscle related. But Drummond's got the goggles on. He's ready. I do believe Beckett's okay. Beckett Camden is all right. He's going to return out there. Get ready for this next pitch. Logan's going to step back up on the plate, on the mound, and get ready for the next pitch. Counts 0-1 for Wojcik. He throws the bun out, and he's going to throw it out to third. What a good play. He's out. So, Maddox Delaney on third base with the catch to get the first out here in the top of the fourth. But Rock Hill does have a runner. Wojcik's on first. And Rock Hill's also got a runner on second in scoring position. So up to the bat is Tim Wynn for Rock Hill. And Drummond lets that rip. It looked wide to me, but I believe it was ball one. That one's high. So that's definitely a ball. Tim Wynn ducked that pitch. I don't think he was really in danger on being hit, but he did duck it. He does. Tim Wynn does get that one high, and it looks like it's going right to shortstop, and that's out. So that's out number 2. Still got runners on first and second for Rock Hill. So definitely got a runner in scoring position. Maybe not the fastest runner, but you get a good fly ball out right field. Rock Hill could score here. But gets the fly ball towards one of the outfielders, and we're going on to the next to the bottom of the fourth. So we'll see what happens here. Good hit to the shortstop, throws him out at second, and that's going to be 3 outs. And Rock Hill does not advance to score in that part of the inning. So we will go to the bottom of the fourth after a short warm up from Rock Hill. So time to talk things over for both sides here. We got a good game as we're tied 1-1. You'd love to see a good game anytime you come out to these games. I honestly haven't gotten to do many games so far from all the rain for baseball this season. We pretty much have been flooded for the last week and a half everywhere in the area where I live, as I'm from Jackson area. But I will say it's just as pretty out here at Gallia Academy in Gallia as it is where I'm from. Very hilly, nice landscapes, beautiful area, and beautiful complex here at Bob Eastman Ball Field. Been to a lot of schools and seen a lot of fields, and I do like this field a lot. Wish we could get a camera out in the outfield, but at this point in time, we just don't have the wireless setup for it, for this unit. All right, Tobias going to warm up, let a couple pitches roll. It's getting a little chilly out here. My stream operator had to go get a jacket, which I don't blame him. I've had mine on the whole time. And so, yeah, these kids, a lot of them are wearing sleeves, and I don't blame them. Tobias out here pitching, though, with no sleeves, going hard in the paint. All right, and we're ready for this bottom of the fourth. Lets the first pitch rip, and that's going to be fouled off. By Logan Kinney. So it counts 0-1. Kinney's ready for the next pitch, and so is Tobias. Lets it rip. That's low, I believe. Should be ball one. Yep, the count will be 1-1. And Tobias getting ready, winding up. Pitch is out. Kenny ducks that one. I don't blame him. It was high anyway, but, I'd rather not get hit either if I didn't have to. Ball two, though, so it counts 2-1. It sounded like he got a piece of that, but either way, the count's going to move to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scoreboard still says top of the fourth, but I am absolutely sure we're in the bottom of the fourth. But we're talking things over right now. Catcher and pitcher are talking on Rock Hill. Maybe just talking about a couple of the last pitches that have come out. I'm not 100% sure. Coach is talking to the umps as well. And Gallia Academy's coach is just talking to Logan Kenny. He's telling him, you want to get good contact here. Try to get on base. We have no outs. You have 2 strikes, but, hey, if it's a ball, don't swing. If it's your pitch, swing. He does make contact on it. He tried to bunt it, and it came off, had some spin on it, and it came off foul. So count's going to stay right there at 2-2, which is fine if you're Logan Kinney. I mean, as long as you're staying in it, you got another chance at it. And the pitch is out. He swings hard on that, and that was not his pitch. Strike 3. He is out. That'll be out number 1. And next up to bat will be Matthew Foster. Welcome to the candy shop, apparently. Pitcher's getting it. He's ready. And Tobias lets it rip. Kenny does get a piece of that. And what a play over there by the first baseman for Rock Hill. He gets a great grab and keeps his foot on the bag for the out. And just like that, it was looking good for Gallia. And now it's looking good for Rock Hill as they got 2 outs. Nobody on base in the bottom of the 4th. And so next batter's going to get ready to come out. Kenny's probably ready to get back out there on the plate next time he is up in the rotation, so he can try again. Cause I mean he was close. He got down in the count really, and that was not gonna help him. It was not to his advantage to be that far down in the count. Got to give credit, all the credit in the world to Tobias from Rock Hill. Anthony Tobias has been pitching a really good game. Yeah, he's given up a couple hits, but then none of them have been bad. And really, the only reason, Gallia Academy got to score there was a couple errant throws from possibly third base to first base. He rips that one down the line. What a hit by Nathan Shockey all the way to the outfield. Doesn't advance to second. Probably smart, though, because Rock Hill, it did take him a second to get there, but they did have Tim Wynn out there on left outfield ready for it, and he got it back to the shortstop, so that kept Nathan Shockey from advancing to second. But what a good hit right down the line on the inside of the base. You're never ready for those. Ground ball all the way down to outfield. Had some power on it. If he'd have popped that up, that might have been a home run. Pitch looks low from Tobias from the first one. I believe that's going to be ball one. It is ball one. Counts 1-0. Jackson Myers up to the batting box, and he's ready, standing at the plate for this pitch. Pitch is out. That looked low and away as well. Opposite side. Ball two. So the count's 2-0. And Rock Hill's coach is going to call time here. They're talking about something. I'm not sure what. So he's talking to the pitcher. I mean, I couldn't imagine. Maybe he wants him to throw certain lineup or something, but I really feel like Tobias has been pitching a pretty good game. The run that Gallia Academy did score, I don't believe was his fault at all. The hit was not that great off of his pitch. It was more of a bad errant throw from first to third, and then a bad errant throw from or third to first, and then a bad errant throw from first to home, and that's how Gallia Academy got their point on the board. But nonetheless, counts 2-0, pitches out. Looked like low and away. That's another ball, so that is ball three. So what you want if you're Gallia, you don't want it to be 0-2, you want it to be 3-0. And that pitch was a money ball right down the middle. That's your pitch that you want to swing on. I mean, if you're going to let it go down the plate, yeah, might as well swing on it and get the try for it. But that's all right. So Jackson Myers lets another strike go by. You got to swing on these. If they're on the plate, you need to try. Can't give him the strike for nothing. Now we have a loaded count, 3-2. Pitch is out. He gets good contact on it, but it is fouled over and away over away's dugout. So Count's going to stay loaded at 3-2 here. And Tobias is going to wind it up. And that's strike 3. That'll be out number 3 in the bottom of the 4th. We're going to the top of the 5th. And the score here at Bob Eastman Field is Rock Hill 1, Gallia Academy 1. And we're going to take a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be back in a minute.
Looking for your next vehicle? Come to Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Galplis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Galplis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Galplis forward.
And we're back at Bob Eastman Field, ball field here in the top of the 5th. Getting warmed up is Gallia Academy on the mound. Ball hit the fence again and scared me again. I think they might be doing it on purpose. Maybe I was just saying that to get a rise, but it did not work. I think he's trying to hit me. I think the player was in agreement with me a little bit there, was Logan Kinney. They did play a lot better inning that inning. The last 2 innings have been a lot better for them. You know, you get no runs on either side in the 4th inning, but Gallia's Academy's got to be pretty happy about that 3rd inning because, you know, things went their way, and that gives you a little momentum. So here going into the top of the 5th, we're getting ready. Rock Hill's got the batter up and ready. We're back to the top of the lineup, I do believe, at Mason McKay, number 1 for Rock Hill. And Logan Drummond is going to step up on the mound and get ready for the first pitch at the top of the 5th. And the pitch is out. Ooh, right to the shortstop. Mason McKay hits a ripper, but I mean, it goes right to the shortstop. So that's out number 1 here for Rock Hill. And the next batter is up. That'll be Maddox Farrell stepping into the box, and Logan Drummond staring him down. Wind up, pitch is out. Strike 1 right down the plate. You know, when you get a low strike like that, that's the one you want to rip. He does make contact on that. Third baseman, errant throw by Maddox Delaney. So first baseman's got to rush over to it, but they won't advance on the errant throw, so we have a runner on first base with 1 out. Runner on first base, of course, is Maddox Farrell for Rock Hill. And their next batter is up. That will be the pitcher, Anthony Tobias. So he's ready to step into the box and, you know, get his footing. Tap the plate, said, bring it on. Logan Drummond's going to stare him down. He's checking first to see where the steal's coming from. Ooh, Tobias rips that, but, you know, it's right there for shortstop. And Maddox Farrell's got a tag up first there, but that's out number 2. Looks like Gallia Academy has the momentum because they are playing a lot better now. You know, after those couple errant throws, that's enough to give you a little energy just because you made a play. And the other team might not have made the best play. They might have faltered a little bit, but you know, it's still a tight game. It's either team's game right now. You just got to step up and take it if you want it. And it looks like Gallia is definitely wanting it more right now. Still have a lot of baseball to play, though, so we'll find out. Logan Drummond winding up, lets the pitch go. Farrell's going to run to second. They call him safe. It was close on the tag up by Nathan Shockey, but I think he just missed him. So Maddox Farrell's safe on second base. And Logan Drummond staring it down, winding up, checking second. He's not wanting to let that guy get advanced. Pitch out or throws it out to first, and that's easy out. That's 3 outs, so we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Good plays by Gallia Academy. Rock Hill had a couple good hits, but they put them where they were easily grounded or easily caught by the shortstops. Shortstop was out there ready for it, so just like that, we're going to trade sides. And Gallia Academy would love to get a couple good hits here and maybe get up on the scoreboard. So Rock Hill's going to warm up. Still feel like Tobias has been pitching a really good game. He doesn't have anything crazy hit on him. Every hit's either been, a ground ball past shortstop, past the baseman, or a fly ball that's easily caught. So it's not like he's pitching a bad game. And we have a tight game. I think one error in the outfield. I think there's an error on both sides in the outfield, and that's it from what I have. I do not have a stat sheet, so I am not able to keep stats. Don't have a stat guy either, so I'm just going to call it from memory. Checking my list. So, pitcher. Trying to make sure I know who's in the outfield for Gallia. I don't have it down yet, but I am working on it. For Gallia? Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure it was like. And so Tyler Young gets a rip, and he's safe on first there. Good hit on the first pitch. Oh, he's not safe. He's out. I missed it there. I was sitting down. So we will go to the next batter in the lineup, and count going to be 0-0 with 1 out. And Beckett Camden is up. Going to step in the batter box. Tobias lets it rip. Looks like strike one. Counts 0-1 with 1 out. And that pitch was high and outside. That's ball one. Count's going to be 1-1. Tobias winds up, lets it rip. Slow pitch, really, and, you know, Beckett Camden gets a hold of that one, and he's going to be safe on first. Drops it between base and outfield. That's pretty much how you want to draw it up if you're just trying to get to base. Good hit, though. And we got Logan Drummond up to bat next, the pitcher. Tobias tries to throw to first and catch the leadoff sleeping, but, you know, Beckett Camden tags up and he's safe. Good play by Rock Hill there. Catcher does throw to second on the steal. Fake bunt for the steal try. And he is thrown out at second. It was a good try. That'll be out number 2. And Logan Drummond still up to bat. Board says it's 0-0, but I thought the bunt fake was possibly a ball as well. And the count is 1-1, I reckon. All right, I was right. It was 2 balls, 1 strike. So, yeah. But Logan gets a hit and does make first base safe. And Maddox Delaney's going to step up to the home plate for the next pitch. Tobias getting ready. We got 2 outs. And Logan Drummond on first leading off. Pitch is out. Good hit. Was foul over to the hill. And Maddox gets a hold of that a little bit. Foul again, so the count will be 0-2. Drummond still on first. 2 outs. Down on the count, but not out yet. And must have hung in. It looked high and outside to me, but he'll call that strike 3. So we will go to the top of the 6th, and we're going to take a little break with the players as the score is 1-1 still. So we'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Looking for your next vehicle? Come to Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your trusted dealership in Galplis, Ohio. Whether you're cruising the highways or tackling tough terrain, Braden has the perfect Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram for you. Visit us at 252 Upper River Road, Galplis, Ohio, or call 740-853-5668. Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, driving Galplis forward.
And we're back at Robert H. Eastman Ball Field as Gallia Academy is back on the mound, ready for the warm-up pitches and throws. Try to get, honestly, other than the first inning, their defense has been pretty okay. Like, it's been good. They obviously gave up the 1 run, but, you know, we're tied here, and any play could break this game one way or the other. But as far as what they're looking like on defensive side of it, they have been playing pretty good. I really do think they're trying to hit us over here, but I'm not really sure. Actually, I think they were trying to hit the player that was in front of us, but he just so happened to be right in front of us. And he wasn't paying attention. So we are ready, though, for the top of the sixth. And Logan Drummond is staring it down. He lets it go, and it's popped high. It looks like it's going over away dugout and foul. So the count will be 0-1. As we're ready for the next pitch. Drummond releases it. He got a piece of it, but still going to be 0-2 on the count. So Logan Drummond's got him behind on the count, and he's ready for the next pitch. Don't think about it a little bit before he steps up on the mound. Turns, winds up, throws high. Got to give credit to Rock Hill for getting contact on that and staying alive. The count's going to stick at 0-2 as another foul's ripped back behind home plate over the net. I don't even see the point of the nets barely because those pop highs still drop down right there sometimes. Oh, that's a good hit. Pitcher almost caught that. Beautiful try by Logan Drummond, but it just bounces off the top of his mitt. And Rock Hill be safe on first. So pretty good scenario for him going from an 0-2 count to a good line drive rip right at the pitcher. Really good try by Logan Drummond, though. He really almost had that one, just barely got out of his grasp. Logan Drummond back on the mound. He's going to wind up and release it. The bunt's faked. Catcher does not get in front of it, and Rock Hill's going to advance to second base. So I thought that was a ball. Yeah, it was a ball. So he faked the bunt, and it was a ball. So the count is 1-0. They did think it was a strike up on the board here. So, and he bunts that. He's gonna be thrown out at third, though. He's out. Good play by Maddox Delaney here on third base. Good catch, good tag up, and he's out. So Rock Hill gets their first out of the inning. Do have a runner on first, and their next up to bat is Nick Wojcik. Logan Drummond back on the mound. He's thinking about the pitch, checking the catcher's read. He lets it rip, and it's high again. Not good. Because Rock Hill has advanced to second on that high errant throw over the catcher. But he needs to refocus here. And Logan Drummond ready for the next pitch, I do believe, as he steps on the mound. Likes the call from the catcher. Checks second. Lets it rip. It's high. That's going to be a ball. Stayed on second base as Rock Hill. Thought about going to third. It was almost another errant throw, but catcher does get behind that one. So Nick Wojcik on the plate, and Logan Drummond lets it rip for a strike. The count will be 2-1 with one out as Wojcik's got another chance here. Checking second, lets it rip. Wojcik lets that rip, and I do believe that's a foul ball, so the count's going to move to 2-2. Looked good for a second, but it bent behind the third base there, and it is foul. So Wojcik's going to stay right there, and Drummond's going to throw another pitch out here in a second. Counts 2-2 with one out. Top of the sixth. Here at Gallia Academy's beautiful landscape. I do actually really like it out here. It is pretty. Bunch of hills. Ooh, and the pitch does hit Wojcik, so he will advance to first. Hits him on the back of the shoulder, I believe. Not the worst place to be hit with the ball, if I had to say so myself. We saw one earlier that was way worse. And I guess I just got word the cameras didn't actually catch it. But I did tell you guys what happened. All right, Drummond lets that rip. And Tim Wynn, pop fly. He's out. That'll be out number 2. So second base going to have to tag back up. And he does, and they're fine. But, 2 outs, runner on first, runner in scoring position on second. Maybe not the fastest runner, but you do have one on scoring position if you're Rock Hill. And they're not in a bad spot, but it depends on how this is played here for the next batter. If he gets a good rip, they go up 2-1 possibly, but if he hits it bad or hits it to third where it's an easy tag out or hits it to any base where it's easy throw to it, the next guy running's out. So I mean, that's 3 outs. So it really depends on what Landon Hall does here for Rock Hill as he is up and getting ready, putting his strapping his gloves on. And Logan Drummond's going to step back on the mound. And Landon Hall is going to step into the batter's box and tap the plate. Drummond winding up. He's going to check second just to make sure. Lets it rip, and that's strike 1. Good pitch. After a couple errant throws, he must have really gathered himself because that was a banger. Right down the middle. And so that's strike 2, another rip. He definitely got his stuff together because he was throwing them kind of errant earlier in the inning. Yeah. And that's ball 1, low and away. So 1-2 is your count with 2 outs, runner on first and runner on second for Rock Hill. Leading off on second is Rock Hill. And Landon Hall's ready for the pitch. That's ball 2. So 2-2 is your count with 2 outs. Logan Drummond lets it rip. Ooh. Landon Hall wanted that one, but that's strike 3, and he's out. He swung and missed. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th here. And we have a tight game here at Bob Eastman Ball Field. And I do hear the coach talking about we're running out of daylight. And I heard something about possibly calling it a tie at this point if they don't do something. I don't know if that's true, but I definitely heard the coach say that. I haven't done a lot of high school baseball. I played baseball when I was younger, so I understand it, but when it comes to rules and regulations, I might not be your guy. Hopefully, I'm doing all right calling the game, though, as Rock Hill is warming up at the plate, warming up in the outfield, and batters are warming up over here for Gallia Academy. You know that the coaches are telling them, you got to get ahead right here. You need to make a play and get out of here with the dub, because otherwise we're going to have a tie game to when we go home, and we don't want that. I do agree with that. I would rather lose than tie at this point. I mean, of course you want to win. I always want to win, but we don't want no ties. All right, so we have Brady Conley coming up to the plate in the box, and Tobias is staring him down. I mean, Tobias is sleek. He has been throwing the ball very good tonight. And that's a strike right there for strike one. As I say, he's throwing the ball very well. He throws it straight down the middle with a little speed on it. Winding up, pitch is out, and that's a ball. Count is 1-1. You do have to throw the ball after the strike sometimes just to keep them guessing. If it was me, I'd want to rip him down the plate every time, but you can't do that because then you get hit on. He's doing really good mixing it up, though. I give him credit. Honestly, Logan Drummond's pitching a really good game for Gallia Academy as well. Of course, there's only one given up on either side, so not a lot of hits, but we've had a handful. Pitchers are doing good. That's ball two, so the count will be 2-2. And Tobias ready to wind up. Let it go. That's short of the plate. That's going to be ball three. We got a loaded count. I mean, if you're Tobias right here, you don't. If you're going to throw a ball, you at least want to get it by the plate. He dropped it short of the plate, and that's just free ball to load the count up. At least want to make him think about swinging at it. It's all right, though. He throws a banger down the middle on the last pitch, and that's strike three. So that's going to be their first out for Gallia Academy. It's not what the coaches wanted. I heard them talking to them, and that's not what they want. Unfortunately, that's what you're going to get for the first batter. As Logan Kinney comes up to the plate, and Tobias is ready. He lets it rip. That's high, and that's ball one. So your count's 1-0, and Kinney's at the plate. Tobias ready to let it rip, and he does. Looked low and outside to me as it is. That's ball two, so the count is 2-0. With one out, Rock Hill ready to let this next pitch go. Winding up. Pitch is out. Hits the catcher in the shoulder. Ouch. Does have a plate on, but it looked like it actually kind of hurt him a little bit. He's wiping his head. Maybe he's just sweating. But nonetheless, that will be a foul ball, and that brings the count to 2-1 with one out. So Logan Kinney back in the box, ready for the pitch. Tobias ready to let it go. Gets a piece of it. So that'll be, count is 2-2 now with one out. And Tobias back on the mound. Lets it rip. Another touch. Catcher can't get to it. He's got to rip his helmet off real fast, his face mask off real fast, and locate the ball, but just not in time. So count's going to stay 2-2 here, and Kenny's going to go back on the plate with another chance at it. Tobias back on the mound, ready for the pitch, winding up. It's out. And Kenny gets another piece of that. So he's staying right in there, right in the pocket. Still 2-2, we stay. We have been here for 2 hours. Slow game. And that is strike three. Tobias is really throwing it pretty good. He's changing it up a lot, but he's getting his strikes in. So 2 outs we move to in the bottom of the sixth. And Matthew Foster's up on the plate, ready for the pitch. Tobias throws it out, and that's strike one. 0-1's a count. Second pitch is out and tipped foul, so the count's going to move to 0-2 with 2 outs. Hasn't moved on the board yet, but I do believe that was what it will be when they get it figured out. And yes, it is 0-2, so Tobias ready for the next pitch, winding up, lets it rip. Good contact, bounces off the shin of one, and what a play. They almost got him. Pitcher ran over to first to try to get him out, but Matthew Foster beats him to first and is called safe. Good play from Gallia Academy here. You know, you got 2 outs, but little momentum from the good play there by Matthew Foster. And maybe they can string it together, and Nathan Shockey, he may be able to make something happen here. Ooh, Tobias peeking first to see if the steal's ready. Tries to throw him out, but Matthew Foster gets back. Pretty good play by Foster for the past whole segment since he's hit the ball. That pitch is low. I couldn't tell, but didn't hear the call from the ump, but I thought it was a ball from my perspective. Tobias ready for the next pitch. And Nathan Shockey dodges that one, and that looked like a ball to me as well. It should be 2-0 if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100. Yep, it is 2-0. They changed it on the board. And Tobias tries to throw Shockey out again, and Shockey gets back to first. He's really mad that he's leading off there. You know? I mean, he's checking that corner vision to the first base to see if he can't get him out, but he's not been able to do it yet. Pitch is out. Nathan Shockey doesn't swing, but it's right down the plate, and that's strike one. Counts 2-1 with 2 outs. Tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the 6th at Bob Eastman Ballfield. Pitch was out. What a rip by Shockey, but it bounces off the ground hard right into Tobias's glove, and he's thrown out at first. That's 3 outs, and we're going to the top of the 7th. Score 1-1 here at Bob Eastman Field, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsors in just a minute.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
And we're back at Bob Eastman Ball Field here for the top of the 7th. And Gallia's going to warm up, throwing the ball around here. Rock Hill's batters are out, getting ready for the next inning. We've got some good defense on both sides. I mean, both sides have made a couple errant throws and let a run in, but for the most part, they've just both been doing their jobs from the mound side and have not been doing their jobs from the batting side. So it's been a really long, hard fought game where it was a lot of mind games from the plate, you know? And might not be exciting for some of the fans that don't understand or anything, but it's a heck of a game, and it's the kind of game you'd like to see if you're into it, for sure. I've had enough offense to get a little excitement out here, but most of it's been from errant throws from the plates. And I am getting colder and colder as it goes on. So definitely getting a little chilly out here with the sun not even peeking through the clouds at all. It's dark out here. We really thought it was going to rain, and I am not so sure that it won't. It looks darker than it did even an hour ago. First rip from Rock Hill. Mason McKay rips it out and past shortstop into the outfield, and he's going to be safe at first, of course, 'cause that was a rip. And Logan Drummond's going to step back up on the mound and get ready for the next pitch. Checking first. Lets it rip. Fakes the bunt so they can advance to second. He looked like he got him to me, but the ump called him safe. I could have swore he caught that and tagged him before the foot was down. I mean, that's the kind of time you would like to have instant replay, but the ump was right there, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He did call it safe. So Rock Hill's got a runner at second. And Logan Drummond lets it rip. Bunts out, but it is bunted foul. So the count will move to 0-2 for Rock Hill. That is Maddox Farrell as the ump cleans off the plate here. Maddox Farrell steps back in the batter's box, and Logan Drummond will get ready for the pitch. I do like the goggles. I'm not going to lie. Pitches it high, and Farrell didn't have to swing at that, but he did. And that's going to be out number one. So Rock Hill's next batter's up. That's going to be the pitcher, Anthony Tobias. So pitcher on pitcher battle here as Logan Drummond gets ready. Show him that he's got an arm too. He's cleaned it up in the last inning. He was getting a little errant there, but I'll tell you what, Tobias can pitch and he can hit. That's a good drop into the outfield there. And Mason McKay is safe on third. And Tobias, with the rip, gets to first. High and dropped quick. So, like, it went out in the outfield and dropped quick. That's a good hit. He's got to be the player of the game so far, in my opinion. Hate to say it, but he's definitely played a good game on both sides of the field. And so Rock Hill's next batter's out, and Gallia Academy, I believe, calls time. So they're going to take a little time to talk about things here. I'd say Rock Hill's fastest player, best hitting player, and their pitcher, who's really good, is on first base. So they probably do want to talk about it because it could get out of hand if they let somebody get a hit. He could get out of hand and get to the first, or he could get off first, get on second, and maybe round third and be ready to score. I mean, they're going to want to get the third base out if they can at home. So I assume that means Tobias will probably be able to advance to at least second, probably third at some point. So it's probably a good thing to talk this out and figure it out now instead of let it happen and then see what happens. But I do believe that's why they called the timeout. And Logan Drummond is ready and he's back on the mound. Checking first. Of course, he's fast. You got to check it. But he throws it to the catcher. And catcher throws it. But, you know, the steal's good for Tobias. He is on second. I told you he would get there. I mean, even without the hit, he got there. I figured there'd be a hit and he would get there. But even without the hit. And the pitch is in. That looked like a good one. That's a strike. So the count is 1-1. One ball, one strike with one out in the top of the seventh. And the bunt's out, and it is fouled. So the count will be 1-2, one out here in the top of the seventh. Definitely getting chillier out here. I got my hands in my pockets, kind of chilling. But Rock Hill back in the batter box, and Logan Drummond's back on the mound. So he's got a lead off on third. Lets it rip. Looked high to me. That's probably a ball. Yes, sir. The count will be 2-2. Likes the call from the catcher, does Logan Drummond, and throws it. It looked like it went somewhere over the way dug out, and count's going to stay 2-2. So Drummond back on the mound, staring it down. Catcher's calls in, and the pitch is out. It's high. Got to load that count up, though, make him think about it. I think he threw it out of his head just to make him think about it. Now you drop the curve or throw the fastball and get him out if you can. Like to see him clean that pitch up, but sometimes you got to let him go a little errant to make him think different. Oh, and he gets a hold of that one to the outfield, though. It's tagged up, and it looks like Rock Hill will score, and Tobias does make third. So Mason McKay gets the run, and there's an RBI for number 33. Unfortunately, I don't have his player information as it was not online, and I didn't get to speak to the coach before the game for Rock Hill. Did get a player list from Gallia, but did not bump into the Rock Hill coach, so I had to look it up. But nonetheless, RBI for him. He's out, but he gets the RBI for sure. And Tobias is leading off hard. He's going to score. He's too fast. He's already on the plate. So the score will, there's the out. I'm, well, the out, that is out three. So I guess technically he does not score. The score will be 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the seventh. So we're going to change sides here in Gallia Academy. They're going to have to do something on offense here. They need to get a couple bats, contact on the bat, and make something happen if they want to stay in this game. It really, I mean, they let Rock Hill get ahead, and it took them a couple innings to get back tied. And now the defense has been superb for three straight innings, and Rock Hill gets a score there in the top of the seventh. So here in the bottom of the seventh, Gallia's got to come back and punch him in the mouth, or they risk the chance of losing this game. So we're going to do a little warm up here again for the changing of sides. Ump's ready from what I can tell. And we do have Jackson Myers ready to bat after the short glove smacking from Rock Hill. They love to smack those gloves. I can't blame them. Seems kind of cool. Seems like a Hey Arnold move to me. All right, so Jackson Myers is up on the plate, and Tobias is ready. He winds up, lets it rip. That looked like a good pitch to me, but it was a little in outside on the plate, so that is ball one. Counts 1-0, lets another one rip. Myers does get contact with it, and he does make it to first. The errant throw, he should have just went to third there, you'd think, but he did not have the time to do it, so he's going to stay on first. That's fine, though. You don't want to give him any easy out just because the errant throw tricked you into going to second. That did happen earlier in the game, and they did get thrown out. So you're down one here. Probably better to play it safe. I like to roll the dice personally. I would have went, but that's me, and I probably would have got out. All right, so the lefty is up for Gallia Academy. Tyler Young gets a foul ball on the first pitch. Count should be 0-1. I believe Tyler Young is the only lefty I've seen all day, this whole game. Tobias winds up, lets it rip. That's high, and that's going to be ball two, I believe. Huh. The first pitch must have been a strike. I could have swore it was a ball, though. So the count is 1-1. Excuse me. I do get things wrong sometimes. And so coaches are talking it over with their players real quick. I'm not 100% sure, but probably just telling them the game plan for when they're up, for which part of the lineup's coming up on both sides, basically. But nonetheless, Tyler Young has taken a knee here, and he's just waiting for. Coach must have called time. I usually hear it, but I did not hear him call it. Because Young is coming over towards third base here where the coach is, and he's going to talk to him. Not only that, the pitcher, Logan Drummond's going to huddle there with him, too, and have a little brief chat about what's going on. And honestly, it looks like Rock Hill might be warming up Mason McKay from the bullpen, come in to relieve Anthony Tobias. He has pitched some heat all game, so maybe his arm's feeling it a little bit. So I'm guessing Mason McKay would be their closer. He's coming in, it looks like. So yeah, it wasn't a timeout. It was just, well, kind of, but they're gonna do a substitution on the pitcher and bring the closer in as Mason McKay does warm up, and Tyler Young will let him warm up before he comes back ready. Kind of weird to have two pitches thrown to you and then have the pitcher changed while you're trying to bat at it. Does probably throw you off, and he looks to be their best hitter, honestly. So maybe that was the strategy for Rock Hill, was to change pitchers through two pitches on him. But Tyler Young, nonetheless, ready, and McKay does let the pitch rip, and it is bunted foul, so that should bring the count to 1-2. There you go. The scoreboard said 2-1, but I knew better. It was 1-2. I got to trust myself more. All right, Mason McKay lets that one rip and gets the swing and the strike three, and he is out. So, one out here in the bottom of the seventh. And next up to bat is Beckett Camden. Mason McKay is throwing low and fast, from what I can tell. They're almost cutters. They start high, but then they just go real low. Quite different than Tobias, which is good because Camden does make contact on that, but he's out, I believe. Thrown out at first. Yes, he was thrown out, so nonetheless. So earlier I was wondering what happened. I've just been informed from my buddy that it makes sense now, but I did see the bunt try on the third strike, and it does make it a strike if you foul the bunt. Only the bunt. So I was a little confused earlier, but I'm glad we cleared that up. All right, so the first pitch was a ball, and Mason McKay lets that rip. Looked like a strike to me, and it is. Counts 1-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Another pitch, another ball. So count is 2-1, 2 outs. Mason McKay's staring down second, throws it. Looked high and out. Yep, that's ball 3. So count 3-1 here. And he's going to check second here and make sure he's not too far. Strike 4, it says on the board, but I think that was strike 2. Count should be fully loaded. 2 outs. I remember my first time. Pitch is out. Ooh. Logan Drummond gets a hold of that, and it looks like, yes, sir, Jackson Myers going to score to tie this game up. That's exactly what they needed. On that fast, low cutter pitch, he gets it out in the outfield. On a fully loaded count, what a play. And he's on first. Good play by Logan Drummond, their pitcher for Gallia Academy. And yeah, that's an RBI for Logan Drummond, and he gets Myers in. So we're tied at 2 here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. Good hard pitch and a strike right down the middle. So 0-1 here on Maddox Delaney. Thought about it. Looked a little high. That's ball 1. Yes, sir. And it is 1-1 for the count. Runner on first is Maddox Delaney, I believe. Or no, it's the pitcher. It is Logan Drummond on first. Maddox Delaney's up the bat. And that was a ball, so the count is 2-1. Maddox Delaney ready for the next pitch. And Mason McKay lets it rip. Strike 2. Counts 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner on first. Logan Drummond over here on first, leading off. McKay, swing and a miss. McKay. And that's out number 3, and they are going to call it a suspended game. We're out of daylight, I believe. And we're tied 2-2, and the game is suspended. So I do believe that will be the end of the broadcast. How do you want me to end it? So, yeah, we ran out of daylight here, and that's unfortunate. Good, really, really good play by Gallia Academy there to bring it back to a tie game before it is suspended. But it looks like we're going to hit the road, and we're going to have a quick message from our sponsors before we do.
Thanks for watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis. You're watching Gallia Academy Sports, presented by Braden Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Gallipolis.